The idea of this sequence is all about well-being. So it's about tuning in to how you're feeling. So if you came to the session on Monday, I talked a little bit about slowing down so that you can start to notice how you're feeling, how your breath is, and like just what's going on for you, and stepping out of that autopilot. So I'm going to be giving you little cues as we move and breathe, just so that you can really start to notice how you're feeling, which is the first step into kind of making changes for your well-being. So I'm going to move back to my chair. So just make sure you're sitting comfortably, and also thank you to everybody who filled in the health form. So there was some people who were pregnant, and there was a mention of back pain as well. So this sequence is absolutely fine for you. This goes for everybody. Do listen into your body. Don't do anything that is painful or uncomfortable. And if you are experiencing back pain, or if you're pregnant, then do just go easy. We're going to be doing some twists. So when we're doing those poses, I'll mention it, but just really just be nice and gentle. So this is about kind of nice, easy movement rather than trying to force yourself into a particular shape. So I'm going to get started. So if you're at your desk, just move the chair back so you've got space for your arms to kind of go out in all directions if possible. If it's only possible in one direction, you can just adjust yourself as we go along. If you do prefer to be seated on the floor, you can do all of these like movements sitting kind of cross-legged in a comfortable seat, but I'm going to lead with sitting on a chair, because I think that's going to be something, if you are back in the office, then you might not want to be kind of sitting on the floor. So take a deep breath just to kind of settle yourself into this mood for some yoga. And yoga is all about linking your movement with the breath. So it's not just moving your body, it's tuning into your breathing. So I'll be giving you lots of little cues as we go along to move on an inhale or an exhale. And just if you notice that your mind is wandering to things that are happening after the session, just don't worry about it, but do try and draw yourself back to what I'm saying and the sensations that you can feel, and the breath as well. So kind of try and keep yourself really focused in the present moment. So I'm going to get started. If you just make sure your feet are flat on the ground, if you're sitting on a chair, allow your shoulders just to relax down. I'm sitting up quite tall, so near the front of the chair, so my back's nice and straight. And then I'm going to get you to close your eyes, and we're just going to take a few breaths here just to kind of center ourselves and feel grounded. So just rest your hands wherever feels comfortable. Soften your gaze if you don't want to have your eyes completely closed, or just close them completely. And then I'm just going to get you to round the shoulders up towards the ears, and then slowly let the shoulders come back down. Allow the crown of the head to move up towards the ceiling. So imagine you've got a little piece of string just lifting you up gently, lengthening through the back of the neck. And then rest back into your sitting bones slightly. So imagine you've got a wall just behind you, and you're just kind of using that imaginary wall as support, so you're sitting up nice and tall. Okay. And then once you feel comfortable, make any adjustments that you need to. And then we're just going to notice our breath. So breathe in through the nose and breathe all the way down to the tummy. And then as you exhale, just slowly let the breath leave the body. And you can do this either by exhaling out through the mouth as though you're steaming up sunglasses, or you can breathe out through the nose with that same kind of tightness in the back of the throat. So just do a few breaths like that, just not necessarily trying to change too much, but just exploring how the breath feels. So often if we're stressed or really busy at work, our breath tends to get quite shallow, and that's a sign that we're feeling a little bit anxious, our nervous system is activated. So slowing down the breath is a way of signaling to our bodies that everything's fine, and to come into that more calm and rest state. So just taking long, steady breaths. And if you're struggling to breathe deeply, it can be helpful to put your hands on your tummy and actually try and feel that movement as you breathe all the way down. And once the breath settled into a steady rhythm, just do a little bit of a scan through the body. So just notice the feet, feel any tightness and make any movements you need to. Relax through the legs. Allow any tension or tightness to melt away from the back of the body, the shoulders, the jaw. So allow the jaw to soften. Often if we're kind of really busy and stressed, our jaw tends to clench, our shoulders might rise up. So just allowing those to soften is a really good little check-in that you can do throughout the day. And then bring your awareness to the front of the body, so the tummy, the ribs and the chest, and just notice as you breathe that gentle movement, rise and fall. And then bring your awareness to your arms, so just allow the elbows to be soft, the hands resting wherever feels comfortable, and noticing any sensations through the hands. Keeping part of your awareness on your breath. And then we'll come back up to the jaw, so allowing the teeth to be slightly apart, softening the cheeks around your eyes, your eyebrows and your forehead, and just allow a sense of softness around the face. So letting go of any tension. Noticing how your eyes feel when we're looking at screens. They can feel quite strained. So just allowing the whole of your body just to relax. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. And I'm going to get you to count with your breath. So on the first breath, breath 1, I'm going to get you just to notice your breath. Now you've had a moment just to settle. Notice how the breath feels, whether it's steady or tight, just anything you notice. And then on the next breath, I'm going to get you just to notice around your body. So noticing for any sensations, any remaining tightness or tension. And as you exhale, just making any adjustments that you might need to. And then on the third breath, I'm going to get you to notice your thoughts. So imagine you're just taking a step back and observing any thoughts that are going on in your mind, any distractions, maybe how you're feeling emotionally right now or today. Okay, and then before we open our eyes or just kind of bring ourselves back into the room, just take a moment to think one thing that is important for you right now. So something that you can prioritize for your well-being, something that you feel like you need, and set an intention to make that part of your day or your week. So just making sure that your well-being is something that you're prioritizing, and it can be something really tiny. So maybe just like a really short walk around the block at lunch, enjoying a cup of tea without looking at your phone, just stepping out into the garden, anything that kind of just brings you back to yourself, allows you to slow down. And then when you're ready, just open your eyes, and we're just going to start moving. So sitting up nice and tall, and I'm going to get you to move in time with the breath. So inhale and looking up towards the ceiling, filling the chest with breath, your tummy with breath. And then as you exhale, just come around so you can see, I'm going to get you to round the spine and draw the chin in towards the chest, reaching the hands over the fronts of the knees. And we'll do that a few more times. So move with your own breath. Don't worry if I'm going at different speeds. So we're inhaling, shoulders drawn down and back, elbows behind. Exhale, rounding. Keeping the neck soft and relaxed. Okay, and then I'm going to get you to just Have a little stretch through the neck. So always be really careful of your neck. It can be quite sensitive. So we're just going to lean over to the left shoulder with the left ear. So reach your right hand down. So it might just be hanging like mine. It might be resting on the chair. And then we'll just lift the left hand up and over just above the right ear. Shoulder blades drawn slightly together. And then take a big inhale. Just feel the right shoulder just melting down towards the ground. Nothing should hurt, so just ease off if it feels too much. We'll take one more breath there. And then I'm going to get you to lift up through the right hand. And imagine you're pressing into a wall, so you're pressing the base of the wrist away, just stretching through the forearm. We'll take one more breath like that. Exhale, feeling everything settle and just coming back to the center, maybe doing some shoulder rolls, and we'll do the same to the other side. So bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, left arm just gently hanging by your side or resting on the seat of the chair. And then we're just going to inhale into the chest. Exhale, feel that gentle stretch down the side of the neck. Okay, we'll take one more breath there, easing off if you need to. And we're not pulling the head with the hand, we're just gently using the weight of the hands. And then lifting up through the left arm, pressing the base of the wrist away. So it's as though you're trying to draw your fingertips back towards your forearm. Opening up across the chest. And then slowly coming back. I'm going to get you to interlace the fingers up above the head with the first two fingers pointing upwards, and we're going to draw a couple of imaginary circles in each direction. So breathing into the sides of the body, and just noticing how that feels. Often when we're sitting still for long periods of time, just seize up a little bit, so it's good to get everything moving. Okay. And then bring the arms up overhead. We're going to draw them back down into cactus arms, so like upside down goalposts. Spread the fingers really wide and draw the elbows slightly behind, so you can see, and draw the elbows down, bring the hands back to the center of the chest. We're going to do that once more. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale. Okay. And then we're just going to do a gentle twist. So if you have got anything going on with your back, if you're pregnant, just keep this movement on the kind of gentle side. Don't force anything. That goes for everyone really. So we're just going to inhale, reach the arms up, and then I'm going to get you to bring your right hand to the outside of the left knee, and the left hand, just bring it behind you. So you're reaching back. If you've got a back on your chair, just bring your hand behind you. You can place it in the small of your back, just looking around as far as feels comfortable. And we'll just take one more breath there. And then to come back, we're going to inhale, reaching up and around, so up towards the ceiling, and then bringing the arms crossed in front of you, so crossing just above the elbows. We're going to come into eagle arms here, so wrapping the forearms around, thumbs in towards the nose, palms together. If that feels not good for you, just bring your hands onto opposite shoulders, and whichever pose you're in, just lift the elbows up slightly. Big inhale. Really great for any shoulder tension. And exhale, release. So just round the shoulders a couple of times and do that twist on the other side. So sweep the arms up on the inhale, exhale, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee, the right hand behind, so whether that's swept behind nice and straight, or you might have it in the small of your back like before. Okay, take one more breath there, relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Okay, long, slow exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to draw a line with that arm in a big arc over to the outside of the left knee, and then wrapping the forearms around each other, palms together, thumbs in towards the nose. lifting up. Just turn around so you can see. If that doesn't feel great, just bring the hands onto opposite shoulders and lift the elbows up. So keeping the back nice and straight, the neck long, and exhale, release. And we'll just round the shoulders a couple of times. So I'm going to get you to come up into standing now. So I'm going to move my chair out of the way. Just make sure you've got enough space to kind of step forwards and back. We'll be eventually bringing you into some warrior poses. So just move anything out of the way that you might hit with your arms or anything like that. But we'll start by doing just some poses in standing. So coming into mountain pose, you can either have big toes touching or feet hip width apart. Soften the knees as much as you need to so that your tailbone can tuck under, shoulders relax down. Coming back to that imaginary piece of string from the crown of the head. And then have the palms face towards the front, so you're opening up across the chest. And then either lowering your gaze down in front of you or close the eyes. I just want you to take a few moments to really ground down through your feet. Just notice how you're feeling. Notice how your balance is. Come back to the breath. Notice if your mind has wandered elsewhere. Don't worry if it has, just come back. With each exhale, imagine you're kind of growing roots down through the soles of your feet and coming into a place where your weight is evenly spread between the big toes, the little toes, and the heels on each foot. Okay. And then I'm going to get you to slowly move down through the spine. So we're going to soften the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, draw the hands down beside you. And then we're going to tuck the chin under and slowly move down one vertebrae at a time. And just take your time with this. If your back is kind of causing you problems, bend the knees as much as you need to. You can rest your forearms on your thighs for extra support. If you want a bit more of a stretch, just bring your hands down to the ground or hold on to opposite elbows, just relaxing through the back of the neck, bringing that weight into both feet evenly again. We'll take one big breath into the upper back and exhale, relax. And then I'm going to get you to slowly just draw yourself back up. Inhale, reaching up above the head. And exhale, bring the hands back into the center of the chest. I'm going to get you to bring the arms up and we're going to hold onto the right wrist with the left fingers. And imagine you're in between two panes of glass. I'm going to get you to lean over to the side. Nice big inhale, just stretching through the side of the body. Keeping the weight evenly down through both feet. Exhale, just relax the shoulders. And then we'll inhale back up to the center and we'll do the same on the other side. So exhale. Engage the core. That can really kind of help you feel steady and grounded. Okay. Slowly bringing the hands down. We're going to interlace the hands behind and inhale, reaching up. Being careful not to really come into a back bend, just keeping the ribs tucked in, looking straight ahead, lifting the arms as high as feels comfortable. Nice big inhale. And exhale, release. And we're going to do that the same, but with the opposite thumb on top. So change your grip. And we're just going to inhale. It might feel different doing it that way. And exhale, melting down. Okay, I'm going to get you to step into warrior one. So step forwards with the right foot. And your left foot is going to be, imagine your feet are on train tracks. Your right knee is directly above your right ankle and your left foot is just kind of turned out slightly so that your hips are facing kind of straight ahead. So just make the stance as long as you want to and just making sure this front knee doesn't come ahead of the front ankle. And then bring the hands into prayer. Nice big inhale. And exhale, really pressing down through the soles of the feet, engaging through the thighs, engaging through the glutes, so through the bottom, crown of the head going up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to inhale, sweep the arms up. I'm going to get you to turn the back foot out to 90 degrees. Your heels should be in line with each other, and your front knee should be exactly in the same position as it was in Warrior One. So just above the ankle, not tracking any farther forward. So this is what it looks like from the side. And your arms, imagine somebody's pulling your fingers in opposite directions, crown of the head going up towards the ceiling. Keep your focus on the middle finger of your right hand and just notice where your mind is right now. So coming back to the breath. Exhale, really pressing down into the feet. We'll turn the front palm up, inhale, reaching up and coming back slightly. So inhaling and exhale. We're going to come onto our forearm, leaning onto the right thigh, reaching with the left fingers as you exhale. And we'll do that once more. So inhale, using your hand as support on your leg if you need to. Exhale, coming forwards. And then coming back up into Warrior Two. And then we're just going to pivot on that back foot. So you come into a high lunge and we'll step forwards, reaching up overhead. You can come into a little back bend here, looking towards your thumbs if you need to, but keep it nice and gentle. Arms coming down. So we're going to do all of that on the other side. So soften the knees, inhale, sweep the arms up, exhale, bring the hands into prayer. We're going to step back with the right foot this time, so that the left foot is coming towards the front, hips facing straight ahead, knee directly over your ankle, looking directly in front of you, crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and just really grounding down through your feet. Imagine your thighs are drawing into a line in the center of the body. Coming back to the breath. Don't worry if you feel a bit wobbly, you can just make the train tracks a little bit wider that your feet are on. Okay, and then we're going to turn the back foot out to 90 degrees, coming into Warrior Two. So just bending through that front knee, making sure it's directly over the ankle, pointing in line with the mat if you're on one, but straight ahead if not. Bringing your gaze to the middle finger on your left hand, shoulders relaxed down away from the ears, jaw relaxed. We're going to inhale, reaching up and back, and exhale, melting forwards. You might feel this through the thighs, through the sides of the body. It's quite a kind of all-encompassing pose. Exhaling, reaching forwards, inhaling, coming back to that focus on the breath, feeling your feet really grounding down through the ground. Exhale, soften. And then we're going to pivot into that high lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, stepping the feet forwards. We're just going to pedal out through the heels. And we'll just come into a chair pose before we come back to sitting on the chairs. So if you prefer, you can either have big toes touching, or for a bit more stability, just bring the feet hip width apart. And we're going to imagine we're sitting into an imaginary chair. So I'm going to get you to inhale, reach the arms up, hands are, imagine you're catching a beach ball or a bunch of flowers. And we're going to exhale, sit down, shoulders quite wide and soft. Imagine your feet are tearing away from each other to the sides, and you're sitting back into this imaginary chair, and your weight should be into your heels. So this, you might feel this through your thighs. Come out if you need to. If it feels too much, you can come down a bit more if you want to, or we'll all come up on the inhale. Exhale, hands into prayer. We'll do that one more time. So sweep the arms up. Exhale. Engage through the core. Okay. And then inhale, coming up into standing. Okay, and then I'm going to get you just to take a couple of breaths here. So you can either be in standing or come back to your seat. And we're just going to close the practice with a couple of breaths into the tummy, and just, yeah, so that you feel nice and grounded as you return back into your the rest of your day. So come into a comfortable seat, relax through the shoulders, crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And I'm going to get you to bring one hand onto your ribs, one hand onto your tummy. And I just want you to come back to that 3-part breath that we did at the beginning, where we're on the first breath, softening your gaze or with your eyes closed. And on the first breath, notice your breath. Notice if it's sped up from moving around. Maybe you feel more in touch with the breath. On the second breath, just start to notice your body. So see how the body feels after you've moved it. Was there anywhere that feels tight or needs a little bit more attention? And then on the third breath, just notice how you're feeling now. Were there any distractions kept popping into your head as you were going through the practice? Is there anything you can prioritize to help your day go smoothly, whether that's for your well-being, maybe something that will kind of get something off your to-do list that's been bothering you? And then the last breath, just thank yourself for taking this time to just reset and recharge. Okay, and then I'll get you just to open your eyes if they're closed. I hope you enjoyed that very quick session that you could do. You can do any of those as standalone exercises. As always, just listening to your body, but I hope that's given you a chance to move your body if you've been sat at a desk all day. Thanks for joining. Namaste.